Hey guys, Luke here. Today I'm going to tell you how I'm going to lose 140 pounds in a very short time frame. I'm going to explain to you the kind of diet, weightlifting, and cardio that I'm going to use to get all the way down to 200 pounds. Let's get into it. All right, so first things first, let's talk about a timeline. So I'm going to be losing weight really quickly. I've said that before, but I really do mean that. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking a phasic approach. So I'm going to have a fat loss phase, and then I'm going to interrupt that with a maintenance phase, and then I'm going to keep repeating that for as many times as I need to until I get down to 200 pounds. So the fat loss phase is going to last 12 weeks, and the maintenance phase is going to last 6 weeks. So altogether, 18 weeks for a single cycle, and I'll do that as many times as is needed. Um, the 12 weeks that I'm going to be dieting, I'm going to be doing a protein sparing modified fast. Um, it's kind of like a fast, but it's kind of not. So you're eating a good amount of protein, lean protein, typically about a pound per, sorry, not a pound, a gram per pound of lean body mass. Um, and then that's kind of it. That you do throw in fibrous vegetables just to kind of keep things moving through your GI tract, but that's pretty much it. Other than that, no calories, no liquid calories, no anything else. Right now, I'm essentially living off of chicken breast, protein powder, and white fish. That's kind of it. But the way that this diet works is it's in the literature it's a VLCD, a very low calorie diet is how it's described, and that is 100% accurate. Typically in the literature it's used between 4 and 800 calories per day, so it is a very low calorie diet, and of those 4 to 800 calories, pretty much all that is coming from protein with maybe some trace uh, fats and carbs from whatever protein sources you're eating. Um, is it miserable? Yeah, absolutely. But it's not something I tend to do long term. It's something that I intend to do just while I'm losing weight, and then going through these maintenance phases. That is what's going to help me hopefully, adapt to better eating behaviors for the long term. I've tried a lot of other diets before, and I'll talk about my previous experience with dieting and with food and everything in a different video. But so far, this seems to be something that's working really well for me. So I'm gonna use it as much as I can. On the maintenance phases, I am just going to be eating at maintenance calories. I've tracked before. I have a lot of experience tracking calories and macros and everything, and so I'm going to be tracking whenever I'm in maintenance. I'm not tracking right now. I'm not tracking in the fat loss phases just because there are so few calories. I really don't think it's necessary. Um, let's say I overeat by 200 calories, and instead of getting 1,000 calories, I get 1,200. Uh, that's still really low. I'm still gonna lose. We're still gonna lose weight that day and that week. That's not really gonna throw me. So that is what I am doing for my diet. I've been trying to focus on getting some more vegetables in, just relying on stuff like cauliflower rice, leafy greens, what's the other? Cruciferous vegetables. Gotta love me some cruciferous vegetables. Um, but that is what I'm doing for my diet, and so far it's working pretty well. I hope that it'll continue to do so. With regards to lifting, I'm showing one of my workouts here. So I'm doing an A B model. So I have an A day and a B day, and I cycle them 3 days a week. So week 1 is going to be ABA, week 2 is going to be BAB, and so on. These are full body workouts. I'm hitting a few big compound moves in the beginning of the workout, and then I have some isolation stuff to do after that. My workouts are not very high volume. I'll also go into more detail about how I'm lifting, why I'm lifting the way that I'm lifting in another video. But just know they are pretty low volume. I'm not going that hard right now. The weight is going to go up over time until it just can't. I know that's going to happen. Eventually, I'm just going to hit a wall, and the weight is going to stagnate, and very likely it's gonna start coming down. The reason that I'm lifting is just to retain muscle mass. I'm not expecting to gain any muscle at all in this time while I'm dieting. I really just expect to retain as much as I can, everything if possible, and you know, if not, I will lose a little bit of muscle, and that's fine too. I'm happy to do it if I can get down to a healthy body weight and start to manage my health better. Um, and there have been in people that have done protein sparing modified fasts, there have been plenty of research that shows that people lose lean body mass. But I just want to point out the distinction between lean body mass and muscle mass. Lean body mass could be uh, water. It could be muscle glycogen, liver glycogen. It could be any number of things that aren't fat. Um, so when studies go in and show that someone's lost lean body mass, that doesn't necessarily mean that they've lost muscle. So that's something that's giving me some hope as I'm bringing these calories way 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 down. All right, and then for cardio, so for cardio and my general activity, I am doing Monday through Friday. I spend about a half an hour on a stationary bike. I typically just watch some rugby and get it over with. I do not like being on a bike. I hate it actually, but watching rugby makes it bearable. And then on top of that, I also walk an hour a day, Monday through Friday, and then on Saturdays, I'll typically get 1 to 2 hours of walking, just out and about, in addition to just the steps that I get from living my normal life. Although I don't get many other steps besides that. I have a very sedentary job. I spend a lot of time studying for school. I spend time putting these videos together. Um, and so that is where my activity is at. I'm not wearing a pedometer right now or like a smartwatch or anything right now. I really should get one out and will likely start wearing one in the very near future so that I can better track my steps and see where I am. I think right now I'm probably getting 10 to 12,000 steps a day, but I won't know for sure until I start tracking that. So uh, that is what I'm doing for cardio and just general activity to keep my calorie expenditure up. If I need to, I'll add another half an hour on the bike over time as I lose weight. Um, but that's where I'm at right now. I'm pretty comfortable with what I'm doing. It's not super difficult yet, and I'm definitely liking the progress. I'll make a progress video in the future, maybe every 20 or 30 pounds to keep you guys updated with how things are going. All right, guys, that's all I have for this one. So enjoy the rest of the video, and I will have another one ready for you in the next few days.